What's good, YouTube, man? I'm about to show y'all the easiest self haircut tutorial of 2024 of the year. Like, bruh, if you have hair on top of your head and you cut the sides off and you cut the back off and you give yourself a taper on the side and a taper on the back, that is the best haircut in 2024. Because I can get braids, I can get twists, I can just rock the fro. And I'm finna teach y'all how to do it for 100% free. Like, you don't gotta pay no barber $50 a month. You don't gotta do nothing, bro. Like 100% free, the best haircut, easy tutorial in 3 simple steps, bro. Y'all stay tuned. You're gonna need some clippers and some trimmers and some guards, like basic guards. First thing I like to do, man, I just like to start off by combing out my hair, you know what I'm saying? Setting the canvas, make sure you get the front, make sure you get the back. And then boom, we're gonna throw on our tool guard onto our clippers and just debulk our hair. You know what I'm saying? Like we said, we preparing the canvas right now, getting set up for the cut. So after we debulk, we're going in with our trimmers and we're gonna set in our first bald line. This bald line is where we're gonna start our fade from. It's gonna go from bald all the way to the afro. So boom, after we set our first guideline, now we about to set in our first guideline. So go ahead and grab your clippers, open them all the way up, and go up like a finger distance, like a finger length. And then after that, make sure you brushing down. After every time you touch your head with the clippers, brush it down. Then we're going to throw on our one guard. So throw on the one guard and go up the same finger length once again. And now we just blending that in. Blending that in. That one guard. We still got our one guard on. Now we're about to blend in that first line that we put in, our ball line with our trimmers. So you're going to grab your clippers and you're going to close them halfway. Halfway is going to give you the perfect length, and you're just going to tap at that line with the corner of your trimmers. Right here, you can also play with the lever a little bit, open it up if you need to, go a little bit higher, and then close it if you need to go a little bit lower. But just want to make sure you're getting that dark line out as much as you can right here. Now what we're going to do, we're going to put on our half guard. So this is not the one, this is not the no guard, this is half guard, aka no guard. And we're going to take out that dark line that we see that we put in when we went in with our one guard. So you want to have your half guard, close it all the way. It's going to be the perfect length to take out that line. So boom, we're just going to go back in and start knocking at that line with our corners, making sure not to push our fade up, push our taper up. And just stand right there where the line is and continue to knock it out. You may have to flip your clippers like I had to, because my hair flows a different way. So you want to make sure you're cutting against the grain. So whichever way you have to flip your clippers, whichever direction your hair is growing, so you can make sure you're actually cutting the hair. So we're going to brush that down. As you can see, that line is basically out of there. Don't have to worry about it no more. Now we're going to smack on our two guard, and we're going to go in this scooping out motion. This is going to blend our taper into our afro. So we scooping out, not cutting deep. Now we're going to close it halfway and just push it right up there to where the taper ends. So this is going to blend our taper into the flick out motion. Now we're going to close it all the way and come down a little bit more on our taper and just blend in our one guard into our two guard. Now we're going to brush down the back of our neck, and we're going to clean up our hair. So just set in that canvas to get ready, because we're finna go in. Just make sure it looks even. I like to rock it nappy and natural, so just giving it that natural look, because I just had woke up. So you just want to set your canvas to basically what your hair looks like, how you rock it. Now that we got that, we're going to go and repeat the same process. So we're going to go in with our two guard all the way open and just debulk, knocking down excess hair, building out our canvas, shaping our hair to how we want it. And now we're going to grab our trimmers, and then we're going to bald out where our hair stops growing. So right here you can see I got a couple of patches, some bald spots. We're going to line it up evenly where it all connects. So we're not going to push it up high, because that'll push up our taper. We're going to go to the lowest point where we can create a straight line. And we're just going to create our straight line there. As you can see, I'm doing with the trimmers. We just gonna go all the way across like so, making that straight line. Do some detail work if you have to. It don't gotta be perfect because we're gonna blend this out anyway. So you really just put in a rough line. Now, like I say, you're gonna grab your clippers, open the guard all the way up, and we're gonna go up a finger distance. And we're gonna put in our first guideline, just like we did on the side of our head. We're gonna do it on the back of our head as well. So we're going all the way around, putting in that guideline, doing detail work. It's hard to see. Again, this don't have to be perfect. It just has to be there. Now we throw on the one guard, repeat the same process. Okay, we getting somewhere right here. This is our occipital bone that you see me pointing to. You just want to remember to do a scooping out motion because we're about to put on our two guard and go back against the grain. So you don't want to dig into your head. You want to flick out motion like I just demonstrated. So boom, you're just going to do that all around your head. And this is blending in your taper to your afro once again. Now we back at the bottom and we flicking out that first line that we put in with our guard halfway closed, playing with it, opening it and closing it to get the right length without pushing our taper up, staying below the guideline and just staying right there. I'm really tapping out an invisible line just to get it extra crispy, but yeah, just to knock that line out. Boom, now we're going in with our half guard and we just knocking at that line, going up a little bit, see what hair we can cut and blending in that one guard that we have put in. Now we're gonna put in our two guard all the way open and we're just gonna flick at that line, this time going against the grain. So we're going against the grain in that same flick out motion, closing our lever, still trying to knock out that middle line that we put in from our one guard into our two guard. So we're gonna brush it down, see where we at. As you can see, we still got a fat middle line. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull out the half guard. We're gonna pull out the 1.5 guard. So this is in between the one guard and the two guard because the two guard wasn't cutting at the lowest and the one guard wasn't cutting at the highest. So I had to pull out my 1.5 guard. So basically blending, you're just going from bald all the way up until your desired length. So for us, we want to get it to a 2. So we just have to go through all the guards until we get that nice blend that we're looking for. As you can see, it's starting to come together. Now we're going to brush that down and see where we at now. As you can see, it's looking a lot better than before. So all I do is like to brush my little hairs down. You know what I'm saying? Brush the little hairs down. Then I always recommend a double hairline, what some people call it, or a front taper, whatever you want to call it, but basically like this hair on the front of your head. You know what I'm saying? First of all, it makes your lineup look sharp. It makes it look natural, and it keeps it full without like receding your hairline. And then if you want to get a protective style or braids or something, your braider is not gonna braid your hairline into your freaking braids. So since it's cut so low, you'll always have a crispy lineup, and you can do your braids, your dreads, anything you want to do without pushing your hairline back. Yeah, what he said, but so in order to create this actual front taper, you're gonna want to put on your one guard and open it all the way open. You know what I'm saying? Just go with the grain, with the way your hair is flowing. Just make sure you brush that down to see where you at, because we're finna get into the lineup. So now for the lineup, you want to start in the middle of your eyebrows. You can use your nose or the center of your eyebrows as a guideline and just work to whichever side you feel comfortable with first. And then you're going to work your way to the other side that you feel least comfortable with, but it really doesn't matter. I have a sharp hairline. I have a solid hairline. So I usually prefer to start going to the weaker side, just so you know that you don't push it back. But mine is pretty full, so I just go to whichever side I feel like going to. So yeah, just doing some detail work. Make sure you get all the little details, because this is the crispiest part of the haircut. Don't want to mess up right here. For my vertical bars, I gotta get some more trimmers because they're a little long and I got a short vertical bar and I don't want to cut my eyebrow. So I'm really using the corner of my clipper to get this line up in. But this is exactly why I do my vertical bars last. So I go straight across first, get that crispy lining. Then I go in with the vertical bars and just do whatever I can to make it look as nice as possible. Working with what I'm working with. Now I just went ahead and did the same thing, same exact thing on the other side. Now we're moving on to the back. You want to get this back line nice and straight, going from where your hair starts. You don't want to go up too high on this because it's what you call a white wall, I believe. So you just want to go line up your natural hairs that you already got. And repeat the same process on the other side. Make sure you're using your mirror. Get a handheld mirror. Also use your bathroom mirror to get all the angles that you need. But yeah, you just want to make sure you get that straight line in there. Make sure it's even. It's really going to complete the cut. Alright, y'all, this is the finished product. You know what I'm saying? 100% free 99 cut right here. Yeah. Like I'm saying, I'm good, yo. Like free 99, you know what I'm saying? I just put y'all boys on, like, you know what I'm saying? Even though I'm a barber, I still want to put y'all boys on, let y'all know how to cut yourself for the free ski. You know what I'm saying? That to give you that little extra boost that'll hold you to next week so you can actually get paid and all type of stuff. You can get you a nice fresh cut. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think about the video. I'll see y'all boys next week. I'm gone.